I want to talk for a few minutes about a very old question. What's wrong with identification with mind? It goes back to the time of the Buddha when the Buddha said the mind could be your best friend or your greatest enemy. When I talk about mind, I'm talking about that interpretive machine. It's always trying to predict the future, figure out what's going on around me. It's replaying the past. It's the voice in the head. It's trying to give rise to this sense of a unique individual, what we might call the ego, because the mind's primary concern is the survival of this meat suit, wants to make sure that it makes it into tomorrow. Well, let's consider consciousness for a little bit. Okay, maybe consciousness is the most fundamental itness of reality. Maybe it's the only thing that actually really exists. In fact, there's a number of neuroscientists are coming to this exact conclusion that the reason consciousness is so difficult to study, the reason it's so difficult to analyze and take apart and define is because it's just so fundamental. And how do you break apart reality at its basic level? Well, imagine if we have this infinite source of energy and we channel it into the mind, well, or we channel it anywhere. You can see how powerful it is in effects like the placebo effect. Here, a person has an expectation of healing, and that's exactly what the body does. Or take the gambler who's on a winning streak, and they're taking consciousness and channeling it into this expectation of winning. And of course, that's exactly what they do. Or in sports, you see the person who's in the zone and they make every single shot because they're taking consciousness and literally channeling it into an expectation of winning. So, what happens when you take this back and channel it in the mind? Well, exactly what you think would happen when you take the infinite energy of the universe and channel it into one tiny little ego. Suffering, drama, the need to survive, the need to be right, all the things associated with mind become as close as they can into reality. So I think our responsibility is to get up every morning, get up or maybe every moment, and just consider where do we want to take this infinite energy? Do we want to channel it into something as small and egotistical as mind? Or is there some other place the consciousness can maybe roam or explore? And so I think that's an important question.